Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about the S20 FE after 3 months. So let's get into it. First, let me start with the unboxing. So the box is pretty normal. You have the S20 logo on the top and S20 FE written everywhere. In the box, up front is the phone, which I will keep aside. We have some documentation, the fast charger, and the USB Type-C cable. Before deep diving into the phone, do subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to get notified. Now let's talk about the design. To start with, the S20 FE has a plastic back. On the bottom is the USB Type-C port, a microphone hole, and the speaker grill. On the right side of the phone, you have the volume rocker and the power switch. On the top is the SIM card tray and another microphone hole. And on the bottom is the triple camera setup. The back of the phone, as I said, is a plastic back, and due to the coating, it is cool to the touch, which is a pleasure. Most of us use a case. I too use a protective case on my phones at all times, so that should not be a problem. Now let's get into the screen. The screen is the best part of this phone. It is a 1080p Super AMOLED at 120 Hz. The screen is really good when you compare it to the other flagships like the S20 itself and the Note 20 Ultra. They all have to drop to FHD Plus to use the 120 Hz. And if you're anyway going to use 120 Hz, then this phone is not bad. It is a 6.5-inch screen with a 407 ppi density, and the colors are really good. It is one of those flagship Samsung displays, so there are no second thoughts about this display. Next, let's talk about the internals. It is an Exynos 990 chipset with 6 or 8 GB of RAM depending upon the storage option you choose. It comes with One UI 3.0, that is Android 11, and it supports IP68 water and dust resistance to top it up. So I'm not a fan of the Exynos chipset, but it does pretty well. Compared to the Snapdragon processor, I would choose the Snapdragon processor every time, but given the RAM, the 120 Hz refresh rate, it does really well with the performance. Next, let's look at the cameras. Now, it's a triple camera setup with a 12 megapixel wide, 8 megapixel telephoto lens with a 3x optical zoom which goes to 30x. Not like the S20 Ultra which goes to 100x and the Note 20 Ultra which goes to 50x, but 30x is not bad. It comes with a 12 megapixel ultra wide sensor as well. It shoots at 4K 60, and on the front you have a 32 megapixel wide which again shoots at 4K 60 at max. The camera indeed is really good. Samsung has done a lot of good things with the S20 lineup going into the Note 20 as well. The camera has significantly improved, and I have no problems calling it one of the best cameras out there with the S20 and the Note 20 series. If zoom is not a big problem to you, if 30x is fine, I think you should definitely go for this. And comparing it to one of the recent phones which I have reviewed, the OnePlus 8T, this camera is better. Now let's look at the battery life. It is a 4500 mAh battery and comes with a 25 watt fast charger in the box. It wirelessly fast charges at 15 watt, reverse charges at 4.5 watt, and the battery easily lasts 1.5 days depending upon your usage, but it should not be a problem into the next day as well. So the battery life is extremely good, and given the fact that the resolution is at FHD, it even gives that extra mile to the battery. Next, let's listen to the speakers. Snapdragon 439 chipset with a 4000 mAh battery, which is a really large battery for such a small phone. The speakers are pretty loud. They are a dual setup with a front firing speaker as well as a bottom firing speaker. And with that, it gets us to the end of the video. Do let me know what you think about this phone down in the comment section below. And I really feel that Samsung did it really well with the S20 FE. And I definitely recommend buying this phone. That's all from me. As usual, thanks for watching.